Let me begin by saying to the press, I'm sorry that I'm late. We just learned a very close friend passed away, Rich Trumka, and he was more than the head of the AFL-CIO. He was a good, close, personal friend. And Vice President and I were talking a little bit, and he was with his grandsons on a camping trip, and at least he was with the people who adore him. But I apologize for starting late. Thank you. The Vice President and I are honored to host leaders representing a rich diversity of the Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islanders communities, many of whom I met before, some of whom I'm meeting for the first time, and I welcome again to the White House. We have a full agenda to discuss: the pandemic, the economy, immigration, voting rights, and hate crimes. In fact, let me start by acknowledging that on this day in 2012, I was with another friend who's half Sikh, he's a Sikh, and we were on dealing with the 10 people shot in a hateful act of bigotry at the Sikh temple in Oak Creek, Wisconsin. 7 people lost their lives that day. Today, we honor everyone impacted by this tragedy, and we think about all the pain during this pandemic with the rise of hate crimes, harassment, bullying, and other forms of bias against Asian Americans. It seems not to stop. And after the shooting in the Atlanta area, Kamal and I traveled to Atlanta, met with a group, some of whom are here, of Asian American leaders. The discussion was very raw, it was powerful, and a common theme was that Asian Americans feeling unsafe, unwanted, and some of you indicated feeling invisible sometimes. Our message back to you was, at that moment, we see you. We see you. A few months later, we stood here in the White House and we signed the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act into law. It also was a powerful moment, showing that we can come together, Democrat and Republican, we can come together as a nation and truly look out for one another. You know, that's why we wanted to convene this meeting, to continue to strengthen our efforts, because more must be done, in my view, our view. A pandemic, the AA, NH, and PI community, I stumble over myself here, but has been on the front lines from the beginning and is critical to helping us vaccinate America. Not just get vaccinated, but to vaccinate America. The community is also critical in keeping the U.S. economy strong. In 6 months, we're seeing the fastest growth at this point in any administration's history, in no small part because of this community. The fastest growing economic growth in nearly 40 years. And now we have an opportunity to make historic investments in our infrastructure and in our families, and finally build an economy that deals everybody in. Just doesn't come from the top down, but from the middle and the bottom up. And creating millions of good-paying jobs in every community, including the AA, NH, PI communities, and delivering affordable child care, paid leave, universal pre-K, as well as community college. There's work to do on immigration. There's work to do on voting rights, and so much more. On my first day in office, I signed an executive order to advance racial equity and a whole-of-government approach to address inequities and injustices in America from every agency. And this group's input has been critical and continues to be critical to that approach. And I look forward to the discussion that we're about to have and the actions that, God willing, we'll be able to follow. So I want to thank you all again for being here, and we'll get to our meeting. Thank you.